Today I'm going to be reacting to the 1 billion Coca-Cola machine. Let's get into the video.
You're in the cinema, about to watch yet another sequel to a forgotten franchise nobody asked for. You're getting popcorn and a drink to drown out your Jared Leto-induced sorrow with a sugar rush. You pay and they hand you a cup.
Now, but being for real, movie theater stuff is awful all of the time. Like, the popcorn's usually fine, but the problem with their popcorn, it dries out your mouth insanely badly. This is why, like, if you have a popcorn, you have to get a drink because you're dying without one, man. I don't know if it's because how they designed it or just because they felt like it, but, like, you need a type of drink with that popcorn. Plus, the prices of the drinks are horrendously bad.
Then you see it, glowing red and chrome, the Coca-Cola Freestyle Fountain. Here, you can choose between over 100 different flavors. Cherry Vanilla Coke, Peach Sprite. Maybe you'll go crazy and mix Fanta with Powerade.
Never
or
seen
maybe
this one before.
You just pick a classic. But this machine is way more than just a soda fountain. It's not just serving you a drink. It tracks everything you do. And while you're picking your favorite flavor,
I think what it means by tracking is how advertising works. Like where your drink is on the screen, how people are most likely to click on it. And well, it's kind of hard to cope with popular drinks, but it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if it's in such a bad spot, but people click it on anyway because it's the Coke. But I feel like for normal drinks, it matters a lot for positioning and who's more likely to click on it. So it's better for advertising. I bet they sell that data to companies.
it's quietly collecting data. Data that turns customers into test subjects. Data that Coke will profit from tremendously. The Coca-Cola company is said to have invested more than $1 billion in this machine, but they're very likely turning its capabilities into much, much bigger savings and profits. Today, we're diving into how a drink dispenser became a global lab and what role you play in all of this. The Coca-Cola company is one of the biggest beverage producers on the planet. The conglomerate controls almost half of the global soda market.
Honestly, it might be a hot take. I prefer Pepsi Max. Not normal Pepsi. If we're comparing normal Pepsi to Coke, I'll have to take the Coke. But Pepsi Max, I'll have to say, is better than Coke. I do have to say it, man.
Making billions in revenue every year. And one important way they sold their many drinks has long been soda fountains. In the olden days, ordering a soft drink would work like this. You'd walk up to the counter, place your order, and someone would pour your drink into a cup. Then self-service fountains arrived. Now you could fill your own cup at your own discretion.
We don't have this in Australia, I'm pretty sure. Like, even if you go Hungry Jack's or Burger King for you Americans, it's way better here. So just saying, we don't really have those freestyle fountains and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. Like, they pour your drink and give it to you. It makes sense why they do it though, so you can't ask for a water cup and grab soda. So it makes sense.
When you were a kid, this fountain was everything. You could mix yourself something truly undrinkable.
You.
However, in 2006, Coca-Cola and other beverage makers noticed something worrying. For the first time since 1985, the sales volume of carbonated beverages had declined. People started to focus more on their health and well-being. They were increasingly looking for sugar-free drinks and low-calorie options. But Coke's fountains just weren't ready for that. At that time, only about 1% of all Coke fountains in the US even offered Diet Coke. Meanwhile, the choice of sodas at convenience stores had increased dramatically. Rows and rows packed with hundreds of bottles and cans.
I'm a big fan of sparkling water, but like flavored. Like, I can't drink sparkling water plain. Like, if you're Australian, sparkling water plus cordial is insanely good, but you have to have sparkling water plus like a fruit juice drink on it. Like, one of my favorite drinks at the store is carbonated water, and it's just like berry fruit drink mix. It's not too bad for it. Obviously, it has sugar in it, but like, it is so good, man. Like, it's also like an orange passion fruit flavor. Oh, it is peak.
But Coke fountains were stuck with the same limited run-up of kind of boring standard flavors. So they had to come up with an idea that would change everything. The Freestyle fountain's design is interesting. The red, the chrome, the sculpted lines. It kind of looks like it wants to become a Ferrari when it grows up. And that's not a coincidence. It was developed with Pininfarina, the legendary Italian design house that shaped the curves of Ferrari itself. You slide your cup under the dispenser. Now comes the fun part. You see dozens of bubbles on the screen in front of you. Each bubble...
What would you get here? Well, let me see. We got Cokes. I'm going to skip out the Cokes. I don't know what this is. I'm not a big fan of Sprite. I think I'll go Fuzz Tea. I've never had it before, but it seems like a sparkling tea drink or Powerade, man. I'm not a big soft drink person myself. I'm more of a just like the only soft drink I really get would be Pepsi Max, if I'm being honest with you. I'm a big fan of coffee more than anything, so I'm a big coffee drinker.
Is labeled with a different drink: Mezzomix, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Lift, Fuse Tea, and Kinley. In total, you could choose over 100 drinks. Back when you were a kid, this would have been impossible. Restaurants used massive 19-liter syrup canisters for every single drink option. Nowadays, all these flavors fit into just about 30 tiny cartridges.
Nah, that's running out so fast there. Wouldn't you have to like replace that? Like, knowing how busy movie theaters get with stuff like that, you would have to replace that like every hour, man. Like, that's maybe covering maybe 4, 5, maybe 10 drinks. Like,
the cartridge design is inspired by medical tech, where precise dosing is critical. Just as insulin pumps deliver exact amounts of medication almost drop by drop, the Freestyle system carefully meters syrup and carbonated water for each pour. In theory, every pour is perfectly measured, drop by drop, turning your drink into a precise masterpiece. But Coke from a Freestyle fountain actually tends to taste a little different from the one you buy in the supermarket.
like, I understand plastic bottles, but like the taste from, I don't know if it's factual or just people say that, but I'm pretty sure it's factual. There's a different taste between plastic bottle Coke and metal can bottle Coke. But is there really a big difference between metal can bottle Coke and then this? But they're both stored the same. It must be like the syrup doses, or they use like a higher quality dose, or something like that.
Contrast to the old canister systems that pre-mix syrup and sweetener, Freestyle keeps flavors, sweeteners, and carbonated water separate.
Oh, so it's just fresher.
Now, when you press the button, the flavor, sugar, and carbonated water are combined on demand. This can make your Coke taste slightly different from other preparations. Staring at the bubbly screen, curiosity kicks in. You came in for your usual, but you gotta admit, some options here are tempting. You tap the Powerade bubble, and suddenly a whole lineup appears.
Ooh.
Powerade Raspberry,
Nah.
Powerade Lemon,
No.
Powerade Strawberry. So many choices.
Now, where's blue, bro? Where's my blue Powerade?
Which one to pick?
Nah, I'm not getting any of these. There's no blue Powerade. What?
You even mix a drink that doesn't exist before. You could create your own.
Powerade Orange, though. I know this is a hot take. Like, if you ever tried Powerade Orange, I know some of you guys won't like it. I love that. It wasn't technically Powerade. It was a Gatorade version, but I'm guessing they basically taste the same. Powerade and Gatorade taste the same. Like, if you don't, you need to like taste them right now. That tastes insanely similar. It's like how normal Pepsi and normal Coke taste eerily similar to each other, but it's a very slight difference. Basically like that, but like orange Gatorade is pretty. I'm a big fan of artificial orange and normal orange itself, so.
Secret flavor. And won't that make you special? The Freestyle fountain is fun.
Combo, man. Sprite and it have to be something clean, like Sprite and Powerade. Like you have like a berry type of fizzy Powerade, man. Like I don't know what would usually mix pretty well. Like Powerade, like every good mix already been done. Like what would you mix Coke with? Like it would have to be Sprite and Powerade to make the best combo, honestly.
Fun.
I know somebody will make a video and just them doing each single one, but
It lets you explore. It bewilders. It sparks curiosity. It might even provoke play. And that's exactly the point. Coca-Cola doesn't just want to sell you a beverage. It wants you to feel something. This technique is called experience marketing. Right here in front of this machine.
don't a lot of companies not allow you to sell it though? Different like in a lot of like different countries, like isn't it illegal to like sell people your data of this stuff or just like market it to like that? I'm not too sure on it, but like isn't like the European countries very iffy when it comes down to stuff like this?
You're not just choosing a flavor. You're interacting with the brand. You are literally experiencing it. Every tap, every bubble, every choice pulls you deeper into the Coca-Cola universe. And that matters, because moments like this make you remember Coke, not just as a drink, but as a feeling. And ideally, it wants you to go home and tell your friends about that insane machine that lets you mix your own Coke and offers that amazing weird new flavor they so gotta try. And Freestyle isn't the only example for Coke's experience marketing. Think about Share a Coke. Different campaign, same idea. And it's all part of Coca-Cola's bigger play, shifting from being just a product brand to an experience brand. Anyways, you ultimately go for a Sprite.
Ew,
You didn't even know
Sprite
Sprite
what?
Cherry existed. Time to give it a shot. You press the pour button, then you take a sip.
Sprite in any flavor would do good. Like Sprite itself is a neutral drink that's probably the best drink you could probably mix with. It's like a sparkling water, but a lot sweeter and better tasting. So if you put any flavor in it, it's gonna taste good, man.
Not half bad. You're not the only one who was curious about Sprite Cherry. All over the world, people have made the exact same choice. Obviously, Coca-Cola didn't offer you this new flavor just for fun. The Freestyle ecosystem is basically a giant testing lab. Every pour, every mix.
Oh yeah, also be testing on how which parts where certain drink brands sit and where the icons sit on the screen, how more likely you want to click on it if it's on a certain part of the screen. I would say they collect data like that as well.
Every flavor you try feeds into a massive experiment, a sampling program on a global scale. And with this particular new flavor, the experiment actually worked.
What would be the worst? Sprite pineapple sounds It sounds pretty bad, I'd say. Like Sprite tropical, where it has like pineapple, what's the other one? Passion fruit and stuff like that would be good, but it's straight pineapple. I'm not too sure about that.
Is just the tip of the iceberg. When Coca-Cola launched the Freestyle in 2009, they packed it with cutting-edge technology. Reliable wireless networks like the ones we have today weren't exactly standard, so Coca-Cola built their own. The network they created links every Freestyle machine directly to Coca-Cola's back-end systems, which are managed through SAP software. Think of it as the company's brain. It keeps track of everything happening across all departments in real time. Every single day, over 50,000 Freestyle machines send data back to this brain. They report everything that's going on inside them. Which flavors are being poured, what time of day they are consumed, or how much syrup is left. You might not experiment with your drink choices, but many other people do. That is how Coca-Cola discovered that people really like Coke Orange Vanilla, Sprite Cherry, Sprite Strawberry, and Coke Cherry Vanilla. Some of these flavors started as user creations, combinations people kept mixing again and again at the Freestyle machine. Others, like Coke Orange Vanilla, were developed by Coca-Cola.
Because that sounds kind of disgusting though. Orange vanilla? Like, who's drinking that? Like, I'm a big fan of orange, but like, orange plus a vanilla flavor, I feel like that's gonna taste pretty bad. Like, it seems like a mellowed out orange, man.
Cola. The more people got these, the stronger the signal became, and what started as a tiny bubble on screen ultimately moved into full production. Sure, you could argue the company might have released...
True though, they would have used that to actually make like canned drinks. That's pretty smart. Like, they'll end up putting like a thing on the screen, and if they clicked on it and it does really well, they'll actually make it into cans. That's pretty smart, honestly.
These flavors eventually either way, but with Freestyle, those decisions happen faster than before, and might be grounded in better data. But there's more. Before Freestyle, staff had to manually check those giant syrup canisters. They probably used inventory sheets, maybe did a bit of guesswork, and called or emailed Coca-Cola to reorder. Freestyle completely transformed fountain logistics. Every night, the system collects data from this exact machine and figures out how many units of each cartridge.
Diet Coke, caffeine free. Jeez, people are drinking that. I've never heard of this before. Diet Coke, caffeine free. Does that even exist, or is it just Diet Coke itself? That's so weird. Only 5% left. We got Fanta. Who drinks Fanta? Like, Fanta's such an NPC drink. Whoever likes Fanta is either 12 on NPC, bro. Like, who actually drinks Fanta? Like, ew.
Needs to be delivered to the cinema. What you and your friends poured yesterday. Algorithms predict demand and even factor in planned promotions for specific beverages. The system calculates which cartridges need refilling and automatically creates the restocking orders. Those orders are sent straight to the distribution center, and from there, the cartridges are shipped directly to the fountain locations.
Nice.
Every Freestyle machine on the planet is quietly syncing. Think about how smart this is. With Freestyle, Coca-Cola can optimize their entire fountain supply chain, streamline inventory management, make restocks more efficient.
Is this still out there though? I haven't seen it in Australia one time.
Even improve their production schedule. It's probably safe to assume that this alone saves the company millions and millions of dollars along the way. If even Coca-Cola is tracking your data in real life, you won't be surprised to learn that your data is exposed everywhere, and there's nowhere to hide. Every click, search, and form you fill reveals tiny pieces of who you are.
Definitely forms, bro. Like YouTube forms, a basically form that said you'll get like maybe a $10 off that you do anyway, but it's $10 off. You got to accept that, like, you're never going to have privacy when it comes down to data. Definitely when you're going outside, like, you just got to accept it, man.
That you had to look up how to spell bourgeois 6 or 7 times for your online comment war, that you don't understand the 6-7 meme, or that you enjoy mixing Sprite and Fanta. Disgusting animal. With data breaches rising every year...
Sprite and Fanta, though. Would that be bad? I feel like it'd be too sweet. That's what I would say. It's not like Powerade and Sprite. Like I feel like a Fanta and Sprite would be way too sweet. I feel like it would be just like straight sugar as well.
Your personal information is at risk. Shady data brokers sell it, scammers use it, and even steal your identity.
Oh, yeah.
Not that anybody would want your particular identity, but, theoretically. If they did, they could take out fraudulent loans, open accounts in your name, and cause serious legal and financial headaches. This is where Incogni comes in. It tracks down your personal data across hundreds of sites. From data brokers, these streams don't only report back. Marketers at HQ can push new campaigns straight to the freestyle. It took a while to get to this level. Whenever Coke wanted to push a new campaign or change content, it required a full software update, during which the machine couldn't pour a single drink. Not exactly ideal, considering many fountains are located in high-traffic fast food chains.
Plus just movie theaters themselves.
So in the mid-2010s, Coca-Cola integrated AirWatch, a modern device management platform. Now, instead of sending out a massive software update whenever marketers want to roll out a campaign, they could push tiny data packages. While receiving the configurations, the machines most likely stay fully operational. They simply download and display the new content, like this Halloween special. What happens next is called nudging. A new flavor might be the first bubble you see, or a short teaser video might just catch your eye. You're still free to pick whatever you want, but those gentle nudges make you more likely to experiment.
I mean, yeah, it's showing you something that they think you'd like, and usually it's not a horrendously bad product, but like Minute Maid lemonade, never had that before, but I'm guessing it's just normal lemonade.
Thousands of individual recorded choices to try some bizarre Halloween flavor, all feeding directly into Coca-Cola's product development. But wait a minute, this little black dot up there, is that a camera?
Yeah.
Is this thing recording you? Well, Coca-Cola did plan to install a camera in one of their freestyle models. They even included it in their spec sheet and described it with the words, future capability for motion sensing and facial recognition.
Okay, that might be too far.
This way, the company could have tracked every smile when you mix flavors, every frown when it doesn't taste.
Now, that might be too far, like data breach wise though. Like that might go too far, bro. You can't just record people and see how they act when they try different flavors and stuff like that. Like that surely is a legal issue.
Right after a little test sip, literally observing which combos make you happy or annoyed. Every reaction is data. But could they really pull this off?
I would say no, man. I would say it's just too many legal issues. Plus, like, I feel like the public would be upset about it.
At least in theory. In Europe, for example, strict data protection laws such as general data protection regulations would likely not allow this to happen. In the US, however,
like, Europe has insane like data laws, and it has a lot of retail laws as well. When you can't scummy out people's prices. Like you have to, if somebody around you is doing a similar price as a product, you can't go too much lower than them. Otherwise, it's illegal. It's like fair price matching or some stuff. I don't know what's actually called in Europe, but like USA would allow this, but they have very flimsy rules when it comes down to data.
Businesses and event venues are increasingly experimenting with facial analysis and recognition technology in public spaces. So hypothetically, it might be feasible there. According to Fortune, in early 2024, AI company Quantify referenced a facial recognition project tied to freestyle. In a now-removed entry on their website, it reportedly said, each vending machine comes with a camera installed, in which an image is captured for every customer interacting with.
I would just say the public won't allow that, man. Like, even me, like, if that said, I would fucking go again. So you're not scanning my face, bro. That's, like, too far as data goes. Like, that's just, like, too far.
Machine. Coca-Cola's marketing team aspired to use these images to generate insights on consumer preferences and usage patterns.
Yeah.
Reportedly, Quantify built a machine learning model to detect customer demographics. Basically, the Coca-Cola company could know you're a guy in your 20s, standing here grabbing that Sprite cherry. After Fortune asked questions, the post seemingly vanished. A spokesperson for Coca-Cola said cameras in freestyle fountains were just tested in a laboratory setting from 2018 to 2019. When we asked Coca-Cola about this, they did not respond.
Ooh.
The creepy camera hole aside, the technology is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
A single globally
It's very advanced AI. Like, if you don't know, YouTube's algorithm is insanely, like, intense, good-wise. Like, the reason why you're watching this video is because it knows your watch history and that you watch React videos, hopefully. It's not bulletproof. Usually, definitely on the newer channels like mine, there's a high chance you don't actually watch React videos and you're still watching mine, but, like, even then, like, YouTube's, like, AI is insanely advanced. It tries its best to slam out AI spam content. It's insane how good it is. Like, not trying to glaze and stuff.
deployed machine expanding flavor variety, strategically pushing experience marketing, enabling hyper-detailed flavor testing, micro-campaigning, and optimization of the supply chain. You probably stood in front of one of those before and never even had a clue. But there is this one
I don't think it exists in Australia, honestly.
essential question we just couldn't shake. Just how much are they saving and making with this? In order to find out, we went down a rabbit hole.
I would say they save a lot with trying out new drinks and seeing if you'll do well.
Annual reports, analytics, figures, and company filings, only to realize there is no concrete data. Sure, we found a few clues here and there, but we could barely make anything useful out of it, especially because gains from Freestyle are tangled up with other projects. When we reached out to Coca-Cola for comment, they didn't respond.
Right.
So we had to call in backup. Enter Yannick, the team's spreadsheet wizard. He dove into everything we could find out about Freestyle and started making sense of it. His analysis is split into 3 parts. First,
I would say they made a lot of money from it, man.
payback. Let's start with Coca-Cola's assumed revenue from Freestyle machines. To get a rough baseline, we looked at something similar, loyalty programs like Payback. Payback usually returns an estimated 0.5 to 3% of your spending. Sounds like a bad deal for them, but here's the thing, it works. Because when people get a little something in return, they tend to spend even more. And while they do,
Yeah. Definitely with cards and stuff like that, but the thing with the cards is they have a lot higher interest. Like, they end up definitely with bank cards, and this is not financial advice, by the way, I'm just saying. This is what I'm just going off of. I'm pretty sure with like payback cards, banks end up taking more of your money. I would say, like in the long run, it's like higher interest or whatever it's called for bank cards. It's insane. Is it really worth it though? You get payback, but is it worth them taking more money out of your account a year for it? I'm not too sure about it, honestly.
Payback collects tons of data, or what they buy, when they buy, and where they buy. You can't fully compare Payback to Coke Freestyle, but both follow the same idea.
Yeah.
Encourage people to buy, and learn as much as possible while they do. The data collected through loyalty programs like Payback enables targeted marketing and personalized offers, helping deliver messages that are relevant to individual consumers. Studies like this one show that loyalty programs can improve gross margins by 2 to 4%, not simply because people buy more, but because companies can make smarter, data-driven marketing and product decisions. Using that logic, we can conservatively assume a 2% margin on revenue for Freestyle. This is a very rough estimate, but enough to get a sense of scale. According to one source, Coke Freestyle machines dispense around 4 billion drinks per year.
Jeez.
Assuming an average of $2 per drink and a 2% margin, that adds up to roughly $160 million in yearly gains, well over $1 billion since Freestyle's inception.
That's just
Second,
insane,
the value
though.
of data. Back in 2015, Coca-Cola teamed up with Hivery, a company focusing on AI-driven optimization. Their mission was to optimize vending machine sales.
Actually, the problem with supermarkets online now is, like, I don't know which supermarkets do it. I don't know if it's just they were trying to do it, but, like, a lot of supermarkets are trying to, like, up-price certain stuff. They can't do it in Europe, I'm pretty sure. It just doesn't work with the consumer fair price stuff. But apparently soon, or at your store right now, when you go online, they'll make stuff more expensive or cheaper depending what type of buyer you are. Let's say you always get bananas on a Friday online. The bananas are going to be more expensive on Friday online for you. I don't know if this is passed. I don't know if there's laws presented. I don't know if there's laws that just don't allow this in America and stuff like that. In Europe, they won't allow this with data stuff. But with America, it wouldn't surprise me. And very soon they start doing that.
One of Hivery's clients was Reyes Coca-Cola Bottling Co., a U.S. bottler with roughly 19,000 vending machines in hospitals across California and Nevada. Hivery's software combines sales data with machine learning and some algorithms to predict demand for every beverage in every machine. Reportedly, Reyes saw a 6% sales increase and a 15% reduction in restocking trips. These numbers suggest that data-driven supply chain management can generate significant sales boosts and cost savings. It is reasonable to assume that Freestyle fountains could yield similar results.
Oh, yeah.
Third, new flavors. Some of the new flavors...
That's what I'm thinking, man. Like, if they're wanting to try out new stuff, they'll bring it towards a couple of those fountains and stuff like that. If it does bad, they don't have to spend millions of dollars and having to just slowly decline them. You can just, this does bad, just not launch it out as like a canned drink. I just feel like they'll save so much money doing that way.
Coca-Cola launched based on their Freestyle testing turned out about as popular as the deeply disappointing and unwanted sequel you're going to endure in a few minutes. Take Coke Cherry Vanilla, for example. Even though it was one of the most beloved freestyle combos, Coca-Cola decided to not produce any more in
Really?
2024 due to declining demand. Freestyle may help spot promising new flavors, but it doesn't seem to be foolproof. Out of 4 flavors brought to the market, 2 did not survive. This doesn't necessarily mean they were bad investments, just that they weren't long-term hits. Coca-Cola may have overestimated how representative freestyle users are for the broader market. Again, our request for comment went unanswered. While Coca-Cola
They're really just unanswering all man's questions.
rarely publishes concrete sales data for specific products, we found a number for one of their newer non-freestyle Sprite products that shows the potential of this market. Sprite Chill generated $50 million in sales in its
Is that like a berry-flavored Sprite? That would be
first
pretty
21 weeks in the North American market. Again, it's hard to estimate the total profit the company may have made through new flavors that started on freestyle, and how important the found data was for their success. But looking at all 3 aspects of Yannick's analysis, one thing is relatively safe to assume. The $1 billion Coca-Cola reportedly invested into these machines has long been made back.
Oh, yeah. A W phone video, man. I love watching phone videos. If you do like videos like this, leave a like, subscribe. I have a Discord server. If you want me to react to any videos, suggest them there, and I'll have the link in the comments and the description. So, I'll catch you guys later.